Hate, paranoia, insecurity, fear, violent, ugly, drunk. Huh. What could be more English than that? And not a dentist in all that whole 150,000 of them, probably. All rallying around a convicted hooligan, convicted fraudster, stalker, drug dealer as their national hero. It's perfect. It's perfect. Couldn't be more English. And of course, they're angry. Yes, they're angry. They feel like they're losing their country. And that's on you. Wallahi, that's on you. All you immigrants, all you Muslims who went over there, the Africans, Caribbeans, Asians, and so forth, that's on you. Because you believed them. And you never should have believed them. You believed them when they said that they were multicultural, that they're tolerant, and that they could accept you ever being a Brit. You thought that they would treat you, for some reason, I don't know why, you thought that they would treat you one way in your home country and another way in their country. So that's on you. That's your own naivete, your own gullibility. They are monoculturalists, and they always have been. Monoculturalists. They don't even like other so-called white people. That's right. They hate the French. They hate the Germans. They hate the Polish. They hate the Russians. And everyone knows what they did to the Irish, how they treated the Irish. And the Irish just about have to be the most palest skinned people on this planet. No, they're monoculturalists. All the Europeans are. The British are, and the rest of them are. There's no difference. That's why their entire history, just right up until like yesterday, was nothing but endless wars against each other. But somehow, wallahi, I don't know how, but somehow you thought that they would welcome you into their country. I told you before, they look at you exactly the same in London as they looked at you when you were in India, or they looked at you in Africa, or they looked at you when you were working their sugar plantations in Jamaica. No, they didn't look down at you in your own countries. They didn't look down at you like that because of where you were. They treated you like that because of who you are. You understand me? But when you immigrate over there, whether it's to the UK or to America or to Australia or wherever else in the so-called West, you're calling their bluff. You understand? You're calling their bluff about tolerance, about multiculturalism. And yes, it turns out that it was always just a bluff. It's always been a bluff. It's fake. It's like someone with a fake university degree. You start talking to them about their supposed field of study, and they can wing it for a while. They can, improv for a while. But eventually it comes out that they just have no idea what they're talking about. They're a dropout. Eventually they're going to start stuttering and talking nonsense because you put them on the spot. And you can't tell a Westerner, to put up or shut up because they can't shut up. So you can't tell them that. They'll lash out. They'll break. They'll explode when you call them on their bluff. You can set your watch to that. That's like clockwork. Oh, they can't take that kind of pressure. They can't take the pressure of having to actually live up to the values that they preach about. They can't do it. And they'll come after you. They'll come after you if you put them on the spot. I mean, imagine yourself. This is what it's like. Imagine yourself. Whatever you hate. Everybody hates something. It doesn't matter what it is. Anything that you can't stand. Just think about anything you can't stand. It's a smell, or it's a type of music, or like if you hate your job, for example. You hate your job, you hate the people on your job. Think about how miserable it is. How hard it is to keep that hate all bottled up. All day long, you have to play the role. You have to be polite. You have to be cooperative with your coworkers. But the whole time, you can't actually stand them. They're driving you up the wall. And then on top of that, you're also in a job that you're not even qualified for, right? You say you lied on your CV, you lied on your resume, just so you could get the job. So now, not only do you have to go along with the coworkers that you can't stand, you also have to pretend like you know what you're doing. You have to pretend like you're doing your job, even though you don't know how to do that job. It's like you got hired for quantum computing or something. Meanwhile, you've only ever worked as a line cook. You have no idea what you're doing. That's a lot of pressure. You put yourself under a lot of pressure. Eventually, you're going to break. Well, that's the British. That's the British right now. You never believed in tolerance. Wallahi. The truth is, you never believed in tolerance. You never believed in multiculturalism. You never respected the people that you colonized. In fact, you never even saw the people that you colonized as full human beings. You always saw them as inferior. You always saw them as deserving of subjugation, deserving of exploitation. And now you have to pretend otherwise. And you're breaking, you're buckling under the pressure because you can't do it, because you are the way you are. So yes, this big celebration. It's a coming out party, basically. England is coming out of the closet, reasserting their core Western British identity as bigots. Because the way people have always been is the way that those people will always be. And the only thing that has ever proven to change that about any people is Islam. Christianity didn't change you. The so-called Enlightenment didn't change you. Secularism didn't change you. Science, technology, and what have you. Humanism. None of this changed you. None of this has ever changed you. None of it has ever pushed you to become better human beings. You've always been just as you are. You're exactly the same as you were 10,000 years ago with only slightly better hygiene. Now I'm telling you, there were people who showed up to protest against that festival of hateful British values. There were people who showed up to protest. I'm telling you, you're in denial. Everyone in the Global South knows that Tommy Robinson is an apt representative of the UK, an apt representative of England. He's no different morally or in terms of character than a Winston Churchill or a Margaret Thatcher or an Oliver Cromwell. They're all thugs. They've never been anything but thugs. Ask the Irish. Ask the people who've known them the longest. Oh, they're vicious people. They're vicious, paranoid, insecure people. Do you know in Ireland, they literally made a law in Ireland that it wasn't allowed for men to walk in the streets with their hands in their pockets because the British were afraid that they might pull out a weapon. That's how scared they are. Because they know that they never do right by anyone. Because he absolutely represents the UK. And his supporters are absolutely the true Britons. Hooligans and criminals. And of course, it's not just him. It's not just the UK, obviously. The entirety of the collective West is the same. Europe, America, like I said, Australia, Canada, and on and on. They're just taking their costume off. The veneer is coming down. You know, it's like those veneers that you put on your teeth. You know, you remove the veneers, and the person that you thought had this perfect, beautiful smile, well, it's actually rotted. It's actually decaying. They actually have like gravel for teeth underneath the veneers. Well, that's the West. The veneers are coming off. And I'll tell you why. It's coming off because the image isn't important anymore. Because the West isn't as important anymore. So now they can relax. Now the West can relax. They can unwind. They can let their stomach out, you know? They can be themselves. I'm sure it's been exhausting. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. The West isn't falling down. Only the mask that they've been wearing is falling down. It's falling down and it's coming off. But most of us in the world have known for a very, very long time what your so-called civilization is really all about.